Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello everyone, and here are your FET news for this week. Join host Andrew FRETT every Thursday for FRETT's Education Thoughts, where he discusses his own opinions and thoughts about the topics on Future Educators Talk and what's happening around the world. Follow and subscribe to my own podcast, Damian Talks Education, everywhere you stream your podcast at. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. New episodes of Future Educators Talk drops on Thursdays. So follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Follow Future Educators Talk on social media. You can go to facebook.com/Future Educators Talk and like our page. On Instagram at Future Educators Talk, and on Twitter at Future Ed Talk. So follow our podcast. And follow your host of Future Educators Talk on social media. You can follow me, Damian Anderson, on Instagram at Damian Anderson, and on Twitter at _Damian Anderson. You can follow Andrew FRETT on Instagram at It's Andrew FRETT, and on Twitter at Darren_FRETT. And you can follow KJ Johnson II on Instagram and Twitter at KJ Johnson II. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Future Educators Talk, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of our video version episodes that we upload. Also, you can now listen to past episodes of our show on YouTube and on all the podcast platforms that we are located on. Now sit back and relax because a new episode of Future Educators Talk is starting now. Hey guys. Hello, and welcome to Future Educators Talk. I am Damian Anderson here, your co-host. Now, as you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening to this on podcast platforms, that my good friends and co-hosts, Andrew FRETT and KJ Johnson II, they are not here with me, but don't you guys worry, they will be back soon. So it is just me for this episode. I'm holding it down for the both of them. So before I get started into this episode with the topic that I'm going to be talking about, what we're doing this season is we're checking in on each other to make sure that we are doing well, we are okay, and that we are fine, that we are doing absolutely incredible. So that's what I'm going to do here since it's just me. So I am doing fine as of today that I'm recording this episode here. I'm doing terrific. I'm doing fine. I'm just like I've been saying in the past episodes. During these times, you guys, I'm trying to keep myself busy in these times, especially because we're in this global pandemic, and I got to keep myself busy, you guys. So I'm doing incredible. I'm fine. I'm better than how I was, back last year in 2019. Some of you guys know, to our original listeners, that if you have stick around with us back last season, season 3, that I share my story of I was in a bad place last year. So I'm not going to get on to that, but to the new listeners, I want you guys to check out that episode. I encourage you guys because it may help someone out there who probably went through the same stuff that I went through, or something similar, or something in comparison to that. So check that episode out. It's in season 3, it's episode 5. So check it out. It's titled Damian Shares His College Story. So check that episode out. I encourage you guys. So like I said, I'm doing fine, terrific as of today that I'm recording this episode. So I'm doing terrific, you guys. So terrific. So you do not need to message me or DM me to say, hey, Damian, I'm fine, you guys. I'm fine. So let me hop right into the topic that I'm going to talk about, and you guys just ignore the lighting in the background. I tried to fix it up right before I record, but it is what it is. Technology, people, it is what it is. So let me just hop right now. Before I hop right into this, you guys bear with me here, because my voice will, y'all may hear this, and then y'all may hear a deeper voice, and then y'all may hear like a little higher voice of mine. So I just apologize that in advance. I don't know what is happening with me today, but my voice has been going up and down, up and down. So I apologize in advance, so y'all just bear with me here, okay? So the topic that I am going to be talking about, you guys, is that, schools are opening, they're reopening back up, you guys, and some students, they're going back into the school building, and some, they're doing in-person learning, and some are doing virtual learning. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is the school buses. The school buses, during this time. So school buses, how are they adapting to keep students safe during this COVID-19 crisis? So that's what I'm going to be talking about here in this episode. Now, before I dive into here, I have 2 videos that I want to show you guys. The first one is a, let's see, I don't know which one I want to show you, the 9 minutes one or this 5 minutes one right here. Well, let me show you guys this 5 minutes. It's actually 3 minutes. I apologize. I'm going to show you guys this 3-minute video here. Talking about, schools. Students are going back into the building amid the COVID-19 crisis, and how are school buses and how are they adapting to keep students safe during this pandemic. So I'm going to show you this video, and these 2 videos, you guys, they're from GMA. I found these out. So I'm going to show you both these videos right before I hop right into here. So pay close attention to these videos, and I'll be back with more.
This morning, school is back in session in some parts of the country, raising major questions about how to safely transport kids to class amid the pandemic. Social distancing and masks aren't just for the classroom.
Every student that rides the bus must wear a mask.
For many students, this new routine will start on the bus.
And load the bus from the back to the front.
This video from Casey County Schools in Kentucky shows what that might look like. Parents asked to check their kids' temperatures before they board, and children asked to use hand sanitizer as they head to their seats. Once they leave, a team fully disinfects the bus. Dr. Mary Beth Sexton with Emory University School of Medicine says the risk of spread on buses is low if the right precautions are taken, and ventilation is key.
The main problem with a bus is that you don't have a lot of circulation. There's nothing that happens naturally unless you're in a position where you can open the windows.
The CDC also recommends students wear face coverings and sit 1 child per row, skipping rows when possible. To achieve that, the National Association for Pupil Transportation says there should be fewer kids on board.
One of the largest things that's being done is the changing of bell times that will enable school buses to run multiple routes during the day to get students to and from school safely.
Some superintendents encouraging parents to avoid the bus altogether, but that's not an option for some families, especially with working parents.
If they have the ability to transport their children to school, we'd ask them to do so.
Another proposal, walking school buses, a pre-pandemic program that could be a big help in Kentucky. The Department of Education says this could allow groups of kids who live nearby to get to school safely, led by an adult chaperone picking up other children along the way. One primary concern for a lot of school districts is that if they cut back on transportation options, it would disproportionately impact low-income families with fewer resources, the same communities that have been hit the hardest by the pandemic. George?
Yeah, so complicated for so many families. Let's get some more answers now from Dr. Jen Ashton. And Jen, we see all the cross-cutting problems there with taking buses and some of the precautions that school districts are taking. What else can parents do to keep their kids safe?
Well, I think first we have to understand, George, that there's no such thing as dropping the risk to zero, not only in the setting of this pandemic, but in life. So it's about lowering the risk as much as possible. I think parents need to be and should be creative. They should be flexible. And above all, we need to put those students' safety first, including the people around them. So I think the name of the game this academic year is to explore your options, and for parents as well as schools, have a plan B, have a plan C, and if necessary, even have a plan D.
So if parents have the choice, would you recommend keeping their kids off the bus?
Well, I think we have to distinguish between being idealistic and being realistic. That's not the reality for a lot of parents. And as we heard in the piece, it's really about ventilation and distance. So there are viral factors, there are human factors. We can't control how this virus behaves, but we can make modifications and control how we behave. And we heard some great examples of that in the piece. So I think it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It will have to depend on what's going on in that area, what's going on in that region, what kind of transmission we're seeing, and the individual health and risk factors of those students and the people at those students' homes. There are a lot of factors in play, and right now, a lot of questions. We have to remember we've never been in this situation before.
Boy, so much for parents.
Okay, so that's the video. Whoops, that's the video right there that pretty much explains, everything about, how, the school buses are, you have students, one seat in a row, and then possibly, skipping rows. And it's just a lot. And just like Dr. Jen Anderson says, this is different. We had never been in a position like this before. So it's crazy. It's crazy, you guys. It's crazy. So we have to keep our students safe at all times, especially now. So that's the first video right there. Now I'm going to show you guys this next video right here, this 9-minute video. School staff, students bear risk of school reopening amid ongoing pandemic, this COVID-19, in which pretty much is going to be talking about the topic that what I'm going to discuss off of this video right here. So pay attention to this video. It is 9 minutes long, and I hope you guys enjoy this. And I hope you learn something from this. So it's something, isn't it? This is really something. Wow. You guys, this is a lot to process in. So you guys just watch the second, let me skip back a little bit. Y'all just watch the second video of this, explaining everything that I'm going to be talking about here. So what's the point of me talking about? And it just pretty much, sums it up for me. But I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm just kidding. This is an education podcast. We share our thoughts on what's happening. So I'm going to show you all my thoughts. I'm going to be talking about what these two videos were saying. So we all know that school is back in session now for many students, and then some in the next few weeks or so. Now, in some parts of the country now, this is raising major questions. There are lots of questions about how are we supposed to transport our students safely to class amid the pandemic. So how are we supposed to do that? Now, you guys, in a few minutes, I am about to sneeze because I feel it's going to come. So I apologize. So y'all just bear with me here, okay? I feel it coming, but it's not coming. Okay, don't y'all? I'm sorry, you guys. I just have to ask this. Don't y'all hate that feeling when you are about to sneeze, but it's not coming out? I just hate. I just hate that feeling so much. You feel like you're about to sneeze. You can like feel it coming. It's coming, but it's not coming out. It's just stuck there, and it feels weird, doesn't it? I know I'm speaking to myself right now because I'm not actually speaking to anyone right now. I don't have my friends, my co-hosts, Andrew and KJ, to agree with me on here, but they probably will. They probably do as well, maybe. I don't know. They probably, you guys, our listeners, probably as well. But I'm sorry, I just had to go in all about that. I apologize. So, probably in a few minutes, you guys, y'all just get ready because I do sneeze loud. So y'all get ready. I'm just warning y'all. Now, anyway, back to this. We know that schools, they are back in session now. Well, some students and then many, start in the next week and the week after that across the country. And this is raising lots of questions about how are we supposed to transport our kids safely to school, to the classroom during this COVID-19. Well, with 26 million bus riding students, districts are taking extra precautions to help stop the spread of COVID-19, okay? And how we're supposed to do this, you guys? Well, remember the 3 simple rules that the CDC provides to us. Wear your mask, wash your hands for 20 seconds, and maintain the 6 feet distance apart from each other. 3 simple rules, you guys, 3 simple rules to follow, okay? Now, a video release, and I just quite show you this video, you guys, by Casey County Schools, by Kentucky. It shows what a new morning commute might look like for its students. Now, all students must wear a mask, and parents, they are asked to take their child's temperatures before they board the back of the bus. If they're, heading, back on the, if they are heading to the back seat of the bus or in the front, whatever, they're checking their child's temperatures. Now, children, they are asked to use hand sanitizer as they head to their seats. Now, once they leave, and you guys saw this in the video as well, once they leave, a team fully disinfects the bus, to help, get rid, all, any kinds of germs or whatever, trying to get rid of it because we all want to spread. We all want to stop the spread of COVID-19. Excuse me, I said that a little backwards. We want to stop the spread of COVID-19. Okay, so they're doing all of that. We got to be safe, you guys. We have to be safe. And I'm seeing people, you guys. I'm not talking about students right now. I'm talking about people, adults, who are not wearing their mask, who are not maintaining the 6 feet distance, who are not washing their hands for 20 seconds, who are not being safe around others, who are trying to contract the coronavirus and spread it to people. What is wrong with you? What is mentally and physically, emotionally wrong with you? What is it? Get it together. We are in a global pandemic right now, and you don't care about jack. You don't care about nothing. Well, you need to start caring because we are in a global pandemic. We have never been in this situation, whatever you want to call it, before. In American history, this has never happened before. To all American, not just one part of the country or city. This is happening to all of us nationwide. We are dealing with this together. So please, people, I encourage you, and I encourage you, and I'm going to keep on encouraging you to please follow, listen to the CDC guidelines of what they are providing to us. If you don't want to listen to them or follow them, fine. Find another news source that you trust and that is reliable to you. But the CDC is important. They are giving us facts and information each and every day. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. It is not that hard, people. If you can do other things in your house, wash dishes, cook, clean, watch TV, play games, be on your laptop, on your phone, calling folks for so many hours and minutes, you can definitely, once you finish taking care of your business, you can wash your hands for 20 seconds. It is not that hard. It is very simple. Wash your hands, because if you're not washing your hands, you are spreading germs to other people, and you are getting them sick, and it is your fault for doing that. So wash your hands. That is number one. Number two is to wear your mask. It helps, you guys. It helps. Personally, I don't like wearing masks. It feels weird on me, but I wear it anyways because I'm trying to keep me safe and other people around me safe. So wear your mask. It works. It helps. It helps spread. It helps stop the spread of COVID-19. So wear your mask. Wear your mask. I personally, I don't like wearing it. I really don't. I think to me that it looks weird on me. I don't like the feeling that is on my face. I don't like wearing it, but I wear it anyway because I want to keep other people around me safe, including me as well. So wear your mask. That's number two. The third thing is to maintain the 6 feet distance apart. Maintain, you guys, maintain. If there's a person right there in front of this video, this camera, I'm maintaining my distance. I have my mask on and I'm maintaining their distance. We can't be side by side to each other anymore. We can't. I'm sorry. Those days are over. This is our new normal. We have to be apart from each other. Okay? We have to be apart from each other. We can't shake hands. We can't clap. We can't fist bumps. We can't touch up all on each other. We can't do all the things that we used to do. We have to do new things. Stay away from people. Wear your mask. Lots of other things. So maintain the 6 feet distance apart, you guys, because I'm seeing people where I am who are not doing those three things. They're not wearing their mask. They're not washing their hands. They're not maintaining 6 feet distance. They're just all up on charge, especially children. I'm seeing children. It's like they don't care. They don't care at all. Well, they should care about it. Get away from each other. I just, to me, I just don't understand. I really don't. I really don't understand. And I wish somebody can help me better understand this, but I just really don't. I don't understand people these days, you guys. I don't. I really don't. It's very ridiculous. It's just silly to me. It's just mind blown. It's mind blown. It's ridiculous. I keep saying ridiculous in every episode, but it is. It's absolutely insane and ridiculous. Why are you doing this in the first place? Why? Don't you want to, you guys? Oh my gosh. I just don't understand. I really don't. Me and Andrew, we told you guys back in season 3 and in the preseason special edition of season 4 of Future Educators Talk, we told you guys we're going all in. We're just letting it out. Our gloves are off. We're not being all this nice person, all kind of mess anymore. We're being real this season. This season 4 is real. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's just like mind blowing. It's ridiculous. Do your part. Do your part. You should care. You should care about other people around you. Come on. I don't get it. People are dying of this, of the coronavirus, you guys. Don't you get it? It's just insane. It's insane. Oh my gosh. Absolutely mind blown. Ridiculous. But anyways, back to this. I just had to say that. I really did. I just had to say that. I'm sorry guys. Just hold on for just a few moments. I'm trying to just process this all in because this is real, you guys. This is not no joke. This is not no joke. Take it seriously. And some of you guys are just not. It's like you don't care. You don't care at all, which I don't understand why you don't care, because you should care about folks around you, other people around you. It's insane. It's ridiculous. I wish I had my co-host with me, Andrew and KJ, with me, while I'm just processing this all in. And I want to hear from their thoughts of what they think of this, of people not following the rules. It's insane. Ridiculous. Well, a little bit, but let me hop right back onto this topic here. Woo, a lot to process in, you guys, a lot to process in. Now, continuing on with this topic here, Dr. Mary Beth Sexton who is with Emory University School of Medicine, said the risk of spread on buses is low if the right precautions are taken and ventilation is the key. Okay, now she says this, she told GMA this, Good Morning America, the main problem, and I believe they talk about this in the videos, the main problem with a bus is that you don't have a lot of circulation. Yes, I remember that. The main problem with a bus is that you don't have a lot of circulation, like lots of, movement and stuff. There's nothing that happens naturally unless you're in a position where you can open, the windows up. Now, so yeah, just insane, because you can't, there's no, you can move on a bus, but not as much. It's not like a very open type of space, if you guys know what I'm saying. But the Center for Disease Control, and I just got through mentioning this, and we talk about this, you guys, in the second episode of Future Educators Talk. We talk about this, about the CDC. They're recommending schools to wear masks for this upcoming school year, so they are recommending students to wear face coverings and sit one seat per row. I talked about this a little earlier, to sit one seat per row while skipping rows whenever possible, to help stop the spread of COVID-19. Now, to achieve that, the National Association for Public Transportation said there should be fewer kids on board, okay? Because, so, as we know, you guys, buses, they are crowded with lots of students, many students as possible. So it's going to be a little hard because, having, fewer kids on the bus. I wonder how's that going to work out this school year, especially where I'm at, because lots of students and, you had to, it's weird. It's just weird. We're in a strange time right now. It's just all so weird. So, and I'm sorry, guys, if I'm looking, if I'm looking toward this way or over here or up and down. Well, if I'm looking this way, I have the recording part right here. So you see my eyes toward this direction. If you see my eyes going this direction, you guys, I'm reading off of the topic that I am talking about here. I'm reading, the outline that I wrote out here. And then if you see me looking up, which means I'm looking straight into the camera, the circle part onto your laptop, where you record, but I have it right here, but I'm looking toward this direction. So the camera's right here, so I'm facing you guys. And if I look down, well, I don't know why I'm looking down, but y'all just bear with me here for this episode. I'm just everywhere. I'm just everywhere, okay? So, continuing with this, one of the largest things that's being done is the changing of bell times that will enable school buses to run multiple routes during the day to get students to and from school safely. They talk about this in the video. And it's, again, I wonder how is that going to work out. They have to take so many routes to schools. Ooh, that's a lot of work, you guys, isn't it? That takes lots of work and guts. Now, some superintendents are encouraging families to avoid the bus altogether. Well, now, if they can, though they may not be, though that may not be an option for working parents, and of course for many students who, some families have cars. Okay, that's good. Hey, drop your kids to school instead of land them on the bus. That would help out a lot. Then you have some who has to ride the bus because work, like they say here, working parents, they're not able to, take their child to school. So that's another thing. Then you have some of you guys who don't even have cars. Some families don't even have cars. So the bus is the only option for them to get to and from school. And then you have some of you guys that some students, walk to school. So there are you have many options. Many options. There are many ways, you guys, of getting to and from school. So this right here, I kind of agree with this and I kind of disagree because you don't know what's a student's circumstances at home. This may be, the on transportation for them. And then, you have working parents, some of them are not even able to take their child to school. And then you have some who will, but they probably refuse to because, to their work schedule or whatever it may be. You don't know a child's, circumstances behind that. So I kind of agree and I kind of disagree with that. So that's a little something right there. Is just, I don't know. So yeah, that's something right there. Now, if they have the ability, now I'm continuing with this, if they have the ability to transform their children to school, we will ask them to do so. Now, another proposal is walking school buses, which is a pre-pandemic program, which could be a big help in Kentucky. Okay. Now, the Department of Education said this model could allow groups of kids who live nearby get to school safely by way of an adult, chaperone who will pick up children along the way. Now, Dr. Jennifer Addison, who's the chief medical correspondent for ABC News, said when it comes to school transportation, it's about lowering the risk as much as possible. And she says it's really about ventilations and distance. So there are viral factors. There are human factors to this. Now, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, she added. It will have to depend on what's going on in that specific area that they are in, what's going on in that region that they are in, what kind of transportation we're seeing, and the individual health and risk factors of those students and the people at those students' homes. So we got to think into this, you guys. We got to, pretty much think into all of this here. So I know it's a lot. So I know every single one of you guys, the parents, the teachers, of course the students, especially me. I don't know why my eyes still like that, but especially me, I want our students to feel safe in this world, especially now we're in this global pandemic. I'm sorry guys for doing this, but I'm just telling what it is. I want them to feel safe, and I talked about this on the last episode. I want each student to feel safe. Now, and I also talk about where, schools, how they're reopening right now, which I think it is a bad idea for now because we're not sure of everything. We're not sure of how things will go. And I'm just concerned about the students' safety because I don't want them, the students, to contract to get the coronavirus. And when they do, they could possibly, spread it to other students, and they get sick and they pass it on along. And then here the whole building, the whole school has COVID-19. And I don't want that to happen. So I believe for now, stick with the online learning. Don't do the in-person learning just yet because we're still figuring out everything. We're trying to still figure out everything. And of course, I know, schools, they have, the correct procedures of how they want, how students, to walk down the hallways, they have arrows and signs that says 6 feet distant apart, wear your mask at all times, 6 feet apart, in the classroom, walking down the hallways, going to the restroom, to the office, whatever it may be. So I don't want schools, and and we talked about this in the last episode, I believe, or where I talk about this somewhere else. I believe we did a special edition episode of this, of where Trump, he is pressuring governors and states to reopen schools back up as soon as possible. As now, he wants them back in school. Teachers, students, he wants them back in school, which it's ridiculous. It's insane. Why do you want them back in school so much? And we talk about that. I talk about that. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane, and it's ridiculous. Trying to pressure governors to get students back in school as soon as possible. Well, of course, yes, students needs to, they still need to have the learning process of trying to learn new things and to try to get them going in life. But I don't think this is a good idea here, you guys. Now, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I mentioned that on the last episode, as Andrew and KJ Johnson did. So that's my thoughts. That's my opinion on this episode right here. I'm not going to hold you guys up long. I don't want this to be like an hour episode right here because usually, you guys, when I do episodes by myself, sometimes they almost be up to an hour sometimes, but mainly my episodes range from about 40 to about 55 minutes. So I don't know what this episode, this is probably like a 30 something maybe, which has never happened to me before. Did a 30 episode here before, but I'm going to end this here now. But before I end it here, I have some, if I can find it, I have some, well, not some, I have an announcement to make, you guys. And this episode right here is what episode is this here? Well, this is the August episode. This is August the 20th episode right here. So this still gives you guys more time to contact us, me and Andrew, because we are teaming up together on Zoom, you guys, and possibly we're going to do some Instagram live sessions of this to provide a math learning session. So Future Educators Talk, we present math virtual learning session. Now, what this is, you guys, we are helping, now, during this, this difficult time that we're all in, with COVID-19 on schools, and there will be virtual learning, in-person learning this year. We want to help students as much as possible with their math homework and whatever kind of work that they're doing, extra credit, whatever. We want to help them as much as possible because me and Andrew, we are future math teachers. He is going to be a 6th grade teacher. I'm going to be an 8th grade math teacher. He's a 6th grade math teacher. And we've been through school, you guys. We've been through elementary school, middle school, and high school. We're through with our school year. Well, technically, we're not. We're still, we are in school. Well, I'm in school now. He's about to, but we're in college now. So we have been through it all. about math. So we know math very well. Now I know that each year there be, there be new lessons and new curriculum and all that with the math. And some, you guys, we will have to learn a few of what they are providing for your grade level. But we know the basics. We know everything that comes to math. But for the new ones, we will learn as quickly as possible. So we are going to do this, you guys, here starting on Monday, August the 31st. This is at the end of the month, 2020. There is no time just yet, but we will let you guys know on our social media platforms. And this is a free session, you guys, a free session. You don't have to pay for this or nothing. We don't want your money. This is a free session that we are doing. We are taking the time out of our schedule to do this for your students. So parents, educators, whoever, if you guys are interested in allowing your students to join in for this Zoom session and Instagram live session with us to help them with the work, please, you guys, let us know. Let us know. You can DM us on Instagram at Future Educators Talk. You can message us on Facebook at Future Educators Talk. You can again, message us again on Twitter at Future Ed Talk. You can also email us at futureeducatorstalk@gmail.com. You can send in your voice message to us that's saying, hey, my this and that is interesting. Where can we, do, blah, blah, all the info by going to anchor.fm/futureedtalk/message. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just, anchor.fm/futureedtalk. And then once you get to that page, there's a message tab that we provide right there, and you click on it and you can record your questions into us. So there are many ways, you guys, that you can reach us. There are many ways, okay? So we are so very excited about this, you guys. We are so very excited about this to get this started. And we don't know how long we're going to be doing this, but we're going to be doing this for quite a while, probably all the way up until December, perhaps. But I'm glad we're teaming up to do this together. It's just phenomenal. It's just great. So I cannot wait to hear from you guys and to connect with your child and your students. We cannot wait to get them on the right track and bring their grades up in math, because that's the purpose for all this, is to help them to improve their grades, their math scores. So we're so excited for this, so very excited for this. So that's all the announcements that I have at this time. If I have any more, I will let you guys know. And then also, if you guys know that Andrew FRETT, he is doing this podcast for season 4. He's doing this podcast for part-time, due to his work schedule, and plus he needs a break. He needs to refocus, recharge. So he is doing this podcast for part-time this season 4. So some episodes he will be in, some episodes he will not be in. But you guys heard the news in our season 4 premiere that starting back in season 5, he will be doing this podcast for full time now. So cannot wait for him to have him officially back on in season 5. Well, he is officially back on, but really officially, like in every episode, unless he's sick. Unless he is sick, he will be back on. And of course, you guys, I'll always be doing this podcast full time. Unless I am sick, then I will not be on the episode. But other than that, you guys will see me in every single episode from here on out, unless I am sick. So, like I mentioned earlier, you guys, you don't hear or you don't see Andrew and KJ with me. My voice is kind of getting a little deep now, but don't worry about that. They will be back soon, you guys. Andrew, he'll be back in the next episode, and KJ, he'll be back in the next 2 to 3 episodes. So that's all I have for you guys here. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Future Educators Talk. Make sure you guys subscribe, you comment, you share this episode, you leave a review of our show on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, whatever. And you also tell your friends about this show as well. So tell them about it, because we have so many success from many people, from our guests that come on. They've been telling us we've been doing a great job continuing with the success. And look at us now, you guys. We're still growing. And we're in our 4th season. And we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, which we are still continuing to celebrate that all month long. You guys may not see that from us, from our reaction, but from the inside. But the inside, we're still celebrating. So make sure you guys follow me, Damian Anderson, on Instagram at @Damian Anderson, and on Twitter at _Damian Anderson. So make sure you guys do that, and follow Future Educators Talk on social media, on Facebook, Future Educators Talk, on Instagram at Future Educators Talk, on Twitter at Future Ed Talk, and on our YouTube channel, Future Educators Talk Podcast, and hit the notification bell so you never miss future episodes. So until next time, you guys, next time on a new episode of Future Educators Talk, I am Damian Anderson here. So I'll see you guys back next time on a new episode of Future Educators Talk. So take very good care of yourself, please. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you guys back next week on a new episode of Future Educators Talk. Take care.
What's going on, everybody? It's KJ here, letting you know that if you have any questions or concerns about Future Educators Talk, stories to share, feedback to make our podcast better, reactions to the topics that we discuss, jokes to tell, or you would like someone for the co-host to interview, please let us know by direct messaging us on Instagram at Future Educators Talk, emailing us at futureeducatorstalk@gmail.com, or sending in a voice message to us by going to anchor.fm/futureedtalk. Click on the message tab to where you can record your question to us. Once again, we thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support, and we cannot wait for you to tune in for season 4.
Don't just listen to Future Educators Talk on your smartphone. Continue the conversation online. Like us on Facebook. Be a part of our conversation by telling us what you think of our episodes. Join us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content. Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss future episodes. And beyond, it's you who keeps Future Educators Talk going. So like, comment, share, subscribe, review, and connect everywhere with us. You get social. So let's listen together.